Hello, Spinthusiasts! We're live! Yay! Oh my gosh, it has been a minute since we've done a live stream, but I am so excited because here we have Sydney!
Hi. It's been never for me as far as a live stream, so.
Guys, this is Sydney's first time. I'm just saying. It's her first live stream. You guys are getting the exclusive sneak peek of what Sydney's first live stream is like. So if she does anything funny or embarrassing, you were here to witness it first.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Oh, I'm so excited. Do you miss Guard already?
Not yet. Not yet. Like, I told everybody, like, right at the end of Spintronics, right whenever I left, I was like, I love you. Leave me alone for a week. Like, I need a week off. And then I'm sure by like next weekend I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot I didn't have a social life. And then I'll be like texting everybody again, like, I miss you.
You drive down here anyway and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna hang out in the parking lot. Cool.
Yeah. I'll just drive around everybody's house.
There you go. We could do a Spintronics bus tour. That's what we ought to do, is just like, I'll get the bus, I'll drive down and pick up the locals and then take the bus up and come see you and Sam and we'll go grab Cade and some of the others. Oh, then we have to go down to Arkansas and get JR.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be a big tour.
It's gonna be a drive.
That's okay. We can sleep on the bus. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you are aged out now. I mean, how does that feel? You've been doing, you did winter guard with us for 3 years. And then before that, you were in your high school guard for how long?
My high school guard, I did, how many seasons? Like, I think it was 4 seasons. I never did outdoor guard. I just did indoor. And then my senior year, we did a winter guard because we finally had a coach. And that was whenever I was like, oh, winter guard's a thing. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
You're like, I want to do some more of this. Where can I go do that? Oh, hey.
And then I stumbled upon Jackie Brown and I was like, oh, wow.
Yes. So how does it feel now being aged out and all this?
I feel old. But I don't know, especially since I'm a double age out. So I feel like I was even more prepared to age out because I really thought the end was going to be last year. So I had more time to settle with these feelings and kind of have a game plan of what I wanted to do whenever I couldn't come back to Spintronics. So I'm still sad, but I'm at least content with it. I'm glad with the time that I got to spend there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got a lot of time to process the whole hey, I'm done with this after this season. That was yeah, man. Okay, well, I've got some wonderful questions here for you. So you were saying about how you didn't get to age out last year. You were supposed to age out last year, but of course, COVID happened, all of that craziness. So what are some of the most noticeable differences from how winter guard worked last year to how it worked this year?
Well, the biggest thing is obviously competitions. We didn't have any in person.
Yeah.
And there was an advantage to that with since we were recording for competitions, we could keep recording until we had the perfect run or as good of a run as we could get, So right. In that respect, it kind of took a weight off of you because you're if I mess it up, we can always do it again. But on the flip side, if you mess up, you have to do it again. And so that part was very different.
Right.
It was hard to get that really amped up feeling whenever you're standing in the hallway right before you perform and you can hear all the people clapping and you can hear the loud music from the guard before you and all that. So it was a little bit harder to get hyped up for things. But it was nice to be able to go back and adjust stuff to re-record and things like that.
I miss that feeling. That's the thing I love, that energy and that amped up just excitement. I love it so much and I miss that so much.
Me too.
That was a huge deal as far as not having to have competitions, not getting to go places, not getting to travel, So what about like the trip? Like normally we go on an out of state trip. Like
yeah,
that's a huge one. Oh, that makes me so sad.
So much fun. I'm kind of sad. I didn't even think about that until just now. Yeah, no, I'm sad that we didn't get to do that. Because that was always like a really, really good bonding experience for the whole team too.
Yeah. Yeah, just getting to go and like be in front of a completely different crowd, be in front of like a different, different perspective, different atmosphere, everything. So what was the biggest challenge then over the course of the season, do you feel like?
So like, I think probably like, and I know that some of this is personal, but like I tend to be my own worst enemy. Like I am so hard on myself whenever it comes to like color guard and stuff, because you want to be the best you can be, and whenever you're taking a million run throughs, like it's hard to be the best every second of every run through. Not to mention like not that like you need it, but it is really nice to have that validation from an audience whenever you hear the applause and everything. So I think the biggest challenge with this season was like getting that validation from like just yourself and your teammates and your coaches, which like you should be getting that either way, but like it's a lot harder whenever you don't have like 100 people standing in the crowd screaming at you at the same time,
Right.
So I think that was like the hardest thing, is like you were literally doing as best as you possibly could, but you weren't having that very direct like, wow, that's so amazing, like affirmations at you. So I think that was really hard.
Yeah. But I'm looking over in our chat too, and we've got some people here like the applause is everything. Bruce says like, yeah, absolutely. Like that
it is.
Just gives it to you. Gives it to you right there. So what did you do to overcome this sort of like and become a performer for the camera versus a performer for an audience? Like what did you do within yourself?
I think like, okay, so one thing that we definitely did as a team this year, I think, was like, how like, so normally amongst the team, you guys all have like your own little inside jokes and stuff like that. It felt like we had a lot more like little insidey jokes that we would do like right before we would perform. Like Jackie would say, "Give me an hour," and then all of us would like chirp "hour" all across the. And like, we also
wonder where we got that from.
Yeah, and then we also did the like "What Team Wildcats" from High School Musical. Like we would find these things to do to try to amp us up right before, because like we would not do that at a competition in front of people.
No way.
I mean, like maybe we should, but
no. maybe that needs to become part of our pre-show rituals.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. But like so we like found little things like that to do right before we performed. But like personally, I like right before like as like Jackie's like saying the announcements of like performing their production, and all that stuff, I would try to like imagine that the stands were full of people, and I would try to think back to like last year's competition and the year before that, of like that feeling I would get. Like you can't recreate it exactly, but like you can try. And so I always tried to do that right before too, and that seemed
that's really helpful. And that's really helpful, especially if you're a vet and you have like that experience to draw from. I feel like that was really hard for our rookies this year, just because they hadn't experienced that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So knowing this and knowing like everything that you've put into this, actually this year you were our dedication award winner. Yeah. So we have an award every year that we give out called the My Heart Bleeds Teal Award, and this year Sydney won it. So I'm very proud of you, by the way. So what kind of things, like, what do you feel like were some of the qualities that you exude that like helped you to win this award? And like, what do you feel like if you like, because you've taught your own guard before too, and what do you feel like you would look for in people to be able to say, yes, they are dedicated to the team. Yes, they're the dedicated one.
So first you find a guard that is 3 hours away and then you drive every weekend. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a long drive.
It is a long drive. No, first of all, like and I'm not saying that this would work for everybody, but like Spintronics is a priority to me. Like it was a thing, like if I had a job and they kept trying to schedule me, it would never be a thing of like, oh, I'm so sorry I can't make it this weekend. I would be like, you better find somebody to cover that shift or else I'm not coming. Like it is what it is. And I know not everybody has that kind of luxury, but like that was something that was really important to me, is I would make sure that I worked everything else in my life around Spintronics because I cared about being there that much. So like that is definitely one thing. Also, I just like I have a lot of feelings, and I know we've talked about this before, but like I care about like Spintronics so much, and so I think that shows a lot too. Like it's definitely like it was one of those places where no matter how bad anything in my life was going, like I was always happy to be there, and I think that matters too, is like finding that team and that place that gives you that feeling, because you're not gonna have it everywhere, but it is important to have those people, have that team, and have that mentality about you. I think that matters a lot too.
Yeah, we actually have a comment here from our YouTube channel. It says, I feel like those inside jokes help with the stress. You get to really be one with your team and feel the stress and turn it into that confidence. I think he's referring back to what we were talking about with the pre-show rituals and stuff. But I think that can be something here too with that dedication, because you're going to feel that stress from your teammates and you're going to be able to take that and help them turn it around too, if you're all being dedicated to the guard and to the show.
Yeah.
Like, and I just love that about you. I mean, seriously, you drove every weekend through. We had snow and ice. I don't think you missed a single weekend for the weather. Like,
no, I didn't.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It just, yeah. And there was so much going on, and there was so much going on in your life, and there was so much going on with us, and you always were able to make it a priority, and you were always able to be there for the team, like no matter what was going on. So we really appreciate that. The staff does, I do, and I know the whole team does. And the fact that we are currently ranked second in the CGN European competition, and we got a rating of excellent at state, like, it's amazing.
It's pretty good stuff. Our show this year was pretty top notch, honestly. We really brought out all the bells and whistles. It was great.
It was a lot. There was so much. What was your favorite thing about the show?
Oh, I want to say either the backdrops or the hats, but they are also the things that I found the most frustrating about the show. Like,
true.
I don't know, probably the characters. That's probably my favorite part, because like everybody on the A line was given like a specific, like, you have to be this thing, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, you guys all each got your own little feature part, and yeah, that is really cool. And I think like building this show around this idea of the storyline, you guys just portray a storyline so well. You know, we talk about this, you know, a lot of times we look back at our shows that have done really well in the past, and it's like Severance always comes up. There was a storyline there. That was the year before you joined too. So that was what you saw before you joined. You know, and then like this whole story of the history of flight, like you guys portray a storyline so well, rather than just, here's a Winterguard show, be happy.
Yeah, no, I think that shows that like have a storyline tend to like draw you in a little bit better, like both as like an audience member and as like a person performing it. Because even though it was just about the story of flight, and it wasn't like something like deep and emotional like how Severance was, it was still like, this leads to this leads to this kind of thing, instead of just I'm gonna be pretty and do this stuff.
So now that you're aged out, what are you gonna miss the most?
There's lots of people. I think the people the most, honestly. Like, because especially like last year and this year, like I really like I made a lot of strong connections with people. Like my first year wasn't so much because I was like very nervous, and there was also like 20 people on the team, and that was really intimidating, and I didn't know what was going on. But but like these last 2 seasons, like I made some really really good friends, and like not knowing that I'm not going to get to spin with them, like that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we were all very devastated whenever like JR couldn't come back and then Sam couldn't come back, and it was just, oh, it was so sad. So sad.
Yeah.
I know you guys were super close.
Yeah. Those are definitely my two mains during last year. Granted, like me and Sam still see each other all the time. We're attached at the hip, so
I can't imagine.
never.
We have a comment from Adam over here on Facebook. Storylines are always so catching. It always catches people's attention. You want to foreshadow what's coming next. Yeah, I think that's what Sydney was saying too. Like that how it flows one into the next and into the next. Like each thing kind of brings about the next thing. It's a logical sequence for the story. Mm-hmm. So we had some viewers over on Instagram who wanted to add some questions into the conversation here. So this is from, okay, I'm going to have to read these, and it's very dark, and also I have really bad eyes.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Landjorai, I'm not sure how to pronounce this screen name, says, Sydney, what was your favorite equipment? What would you like to spin the most?
Rifle.
Really?
Yes. It's always like been my favorite.
I feel like you wouldn't have said that last year.
No, I think I still would have said it last year. I don't know, like, because like flag comes very easily. Like it's like, you know, because it's the first thing you learn, so it's usually the easiest, I feel like. And then like I got rifle and I was like, ooh, this is really cool. Airblade, I'm not a super fan of. Because it's like you know how sabers like bite, and then like whenever you get hit by a rifle, like it hurts, but it's more of a like blunt thing, and you're like, oh, okay, ouch, but it didn't like sting for like 20 minutes. Airblade is like rifle with how you spin it, but it bites like a saber, I swear. So I was not a super fan of that. But no, rifle's definitely my all-time favorite.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that so much. How do you like guard? Maybe this is more of a this is from that girl Danny. That girl Danny says, how do you like guard? I think this is more in like the idea of like maybe what makes you like guard. What is it about guard that you like so much?
I really like stuff that like challenges me, so I feel like guard has definitely done that for sure, like especially since like I hadn't done any like dance or anything like that previously, so like spending all of that time getting that body awareness was like definitely a challenge, so I really liked that. Also, if I'm being completely honest, I love to be the center of attention.
What? Really? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, I know. But like, so that definitely like satisfies something there. But it also like, I feel like, because I was big into band and like I played lots of instruments growing up, so like I definitely liked having that like creative and like emotional like way of expressing myself. But then like adding in the physicality to guard, I think that stepped that up even more. And so that like it just does it for me.
Yeah, I can see that. Because you're very athletic, and especially like coming in and having to like kind of, I don't want to say train the athleticism out, but like train the athleticism and like focus it into more of dance and that body awareness, like you were saying. I can see that with you, like that athleticness also becomes grace when you're in color guard. That's an awesome kind of crossover. C. Siegler wants to know, how do you plan to incorporate guard into your life now that you're an AgeOut?
Oh goodness. Well, I already work at like 2 different schools coaching guards, so I'm going to continue to do that. Every year I usually get like another school or 2 to write for, so like for choreography, so I'm going to keep doing that for sure because I really love doing that. Maybe come back as staff at some point.
Ooh, is that foreshadowing of things to come? Is there a storyline here? I wonder.
So that's a possibility. I have thought about like looking into some world-class guards maybe. But we'll see, because those are obviously substantially harder to get into. So I'm giving myself a week off, and then I'm going to start practicing again to try to prep for that. But hopefully I can find a world guard that isn't any longer of a drive for me.
Oh, so you don't want to go drive all the way to Pride of Cincinnati or anything like that?
Yeah. No, I think 3 hours is like my cap. I'm not sure that I should go anywhere beyond that. So we'll see what I can find, but I definitely haven't given up.
That's awesome. Oh, and being able to keep performing in your life, I know that's a luxury for a lot of people. I wish it didn't have to be a luxury. I wish it could be a sustainable like job.
Yeah.
You know, I wish it could be something that could be sustained and you could move through your life with it. And and we've talked about this. This is something with that Robert Jordan and crew have been trying to do with the Performing Arts Network, and kind of throw a little shout out in there for them because they're doing a lot of really good things for the performing arts community online with the Performing Arts Network right now. So anybody who's not a part of that, go do it. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. What is your favorite move in color guard? So what's your favorite trick on any of your equipment?
Favorite trick? Oh gosh. I think it's that leg catch with flag that I did in the TikTok recently that I was supposed to make a TikTok for. I forgot. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I promise. But
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, no, I was like driving home today and I was just like, oh no, I forgot about the TikTok. Yeah, no, I think that's my favorite because I was just kind of messing around because we've always done that behind the back catch for a couple shows in Spintronics, and I was like, what if I just lift my foot up? Granted, I know this has been done by other people. I'm not claiming that I made it up or anything, but I did kind of figure it out one day whenever I was messing around, and then I was like, oh,
you weren't taught.
Yeah, no, I wasn't taught. I just kind of was messing around and did that one day. But I think that's my favorite. Hurts, but it was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely got a lot of hype over on TikTok for that one. And our Instagram did the same sort of thing. Our Instagram was like, ow, what on earth? Where is that? What is this thing? What do you call it? And people actually had some different names. Somebody called it a star catch, I think is what somebody called it. And I was like, I have no idea.
Yeah,
we have a million different names for everything. So
true that.
So Abigail Solemn says, y'all are my dream guard. Yay. She also wants to join DCI at some point too. She wants to join, but she's worried she'll be too busy. So Sydney, I know you work so much and you're such a hard worker, and you are also doing guard though. So what do you do? How do you make that work? How does that work for you?
Buy a planner. Because literally, if I didn't write down my whole schedule, every single week, I wouldn't know what was going on ever. So, time management is one of those things. Try to figure it out as early as you can because it will save you, honestly. But I mean, other than that, just do it. Just do it. I didn't join a guard until I was what? I was almost 20 whenever I joined Spintronics. So do it. Trust me.
You were old, man.
Yeah, I was of the older bunch. Please, I wish I would have done it sooner. Because like then you'll be old like me and like wish you had more time.
Especially when you see next year's show. I have no idea what next year's show is going to be, but
Just
like
really
the next year's show is always the exciting one, right?
Yeah.
Also, we have a question here. I mean, not completely unrelated, but more or less unrelated. When am I going to be able to see the whole routine? Well, hold on, wait, let me see what was this? I can't, I'm telling you, I am so blind. Willis Clarkson says, when am I going to be able to see the whole routine? Well, Willis, it's coming. So our vlogs are going on still. So we have vlogs that post every single Thursday. And at the end of our vlogs, the next Thursday after that, we're going to post our state championship performance, which that was like our best performance, wouldn't you say?
Was that the dropless run? Was it? Do you remember? I'm pretty sure if it's the run that I'm thinking of, then yeah, that was like our best run. Like nobody dropped anything. Like it was beautiful.
It was honestly, I feel like it was the closest to perfect we have probably ever been in the last like however many years. I don't know. But we have that, and then the week after our championships run posts, we're gonna post our like artsy run that we did, the e-showcase one, which is also gonna be featured this weekend on WGI Finals. We got invited to take our e-showcase to WGI Finals, so it's gonna be there on Flow Marching. So excited.
That one was so fun to shoot.
So what did you, wasn't it? What do you like better? Do you like that? Do you like shooting the stuff with all the crazy angles and stuff? Or do you like performing in person better?
Oh, probably performing in person better.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just because like out of like, you know, doing the one straight run through and filming that and then doing the artsy filming, definitely the artsy filming is more fun in that regard though. Because like you're not doing it, like you're not doing the whole show over and over again. You're just doing little chunks, right. And like you get to have a little bit more fun with it. But that was really fun weekend.
That was a fun. We just had so much. We made like so many TikToks that weekend.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be written into the contract. Maybe like we will make this many TikToks at every rehearsal.
Honestly, yeah.
So many. It'll be so fun.
Then people will like have a quota to meet too. Like you gotta get these TikToks done. We need content.
There you go. What kind of we need content. Jackie needs content to post up on the Spintronics TikTok channel. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you have questions for Sydney, post them up in the comment section. We will pull your comments up on screen if you are watching from Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. We have a lot. I see Sky is here. Hello, Sky. And she said, yes, Will. I have no idea what that's in response to. But hello. And then let's see what we got going on over here on our TikTok. We're also live on TikTok. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of comments on TikTok. I have not been paying attention. I am so sorry, guys. Sydney, you're my favorite, apparently.
Aww,
from Vance. Let's see. There's a lot of Spanish comments too, so I'm so sorry. Yo no hablo español. Oh, we have some people coming out of the closet on the comments.
This is the safest place. Like, this is a safe place. Like, by all means, if you feel
this is true. This is true. It's a very safe place to come out of the closet at Spintronics. This has happened 20 times. Oh my gosh. And then Zoe says, I grew up watching your videos. You helped make me better at color guard. Thank you, Zoe. That's so sweet. I'm so glad. I loved it that like, that's, I think the most rewarding thing for me is like, we get to be a part of so many different people wanting to like improve themselves, and we get to be a part of their journey of getting better at color guard. Oh, hey, okay, this makes so much more sense now. Sky was talking about Will, who wants to see the show, and she's saying, yes, she wants to see it too. Will's wanting to see the show. I want to see it too. Hello, Missy. We miss you too, Sky. Oh my gosh. Sky didn't even get to come to one rehearsal. I mean, Corona, obviously, everything's ridiculous and all that. But yeah, didn't even get to come to one rehearsal this year. I'm so sad. And last year she was like in the vlogs and like writing stuff and doing all kinds of things. And it's just been a mess.
It has been. It turned out pretty good though, all things considered.
Yeah. And you got to get your vaccine too, right?
Yeah, I got the first shot of the Pfizer vaccine last week. So
are you going to have your second one soon then?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like 2 or 3 weeks between them, so I'll get it here soon.
Cool. Well, I'm very glad because I know that this has been like, it's been really hard because of, it's just such a weird thing. It's so much different in an independent guard versus being in like a school guard, because you're not with people that you would see every single day. You're with people who are from all different areas, different schools, different jobs, different lives, and they're all coming together on the weekends, and like you don't know what they've been through during the week. You don't know what they've been exposed to. You know, you don't see them regularly, and that can kind of be nerve-wracking, I know, with everything that's been going on. So I'm so glad that you've been able to do this still with everything going on.
No, we were definitely really careful. Like I think everybody like took that into consideration, was like, oh yeah, like we need to like mask up and like be cautious because of the fact that we all like we come from a bunch of different places and things like that.
I think it was a reality check too for some of the people who like live in this area, because it's such a small, like we're such a small town. It's so, you know, we interact with the same people every day. You see everybody every day. You know, the schools weren't having mask mandates. There was one town in our area that had a mask mandate, but that was it. And like even Walmart wasn't enforcing their mask policy. So it's like so many different things that just kind of contributed to this, I don't know, this sort of feeling like it's not real, I think, for a lot of people in this area. And so I think Spintronics really made it real for them. They made them realize, oh, like, hey, this is an actual thing going on in the world. We're not completely disconnected from all of the rest of society. So I think that's been really good for them. And I think it's really good. I think it's really good for you that you got to be part of it too.
Yeah, for sure. Because things are definitely a little bit like different up here where I'm at. Got like a little bit bigger cities and stuff. So people have been like pretty like cautious of it. So
yeah, you have to wear a mask every day at work and everything, right?
Yep, every day. Like because I'm close to Columbia, Missouri, so like if you aren't, like at one point like you could potentially get a ticket for like not wearing a mask and stuff like that. So yeah, and like you weren't allowed to go into any stores or anything. Like you would be asked to leave or put on a mask, like that kind of stuff. So they're taking it pretty seriously up here.
Good. So Adam over on Facebook wants to know, what are some of your other favorite hobbies? So what do you like to do besides color guard?
Oh gosh. Really like roller skating.
Ooh.
You remember whenever like quarantine first started, like last March, and there was like all those TikToks of that girl roller skating? I was one of those people that was like, I need a pair of roller skates right now. And I like went and bought a pair and like would roller skate up and down my street and stuff like that. So that's...
Have you ever roller skated and done color guard at the same time?
Oh. No, but I'm definitely gonna try now.
Just don't roll over your flag, please.
Yeah. It would be more of a like hard stop and then like fall over it.
That would be quite cool. Have you ever seen that Winter Guard show that Wes Broward did? I want to say it was 2 years ago, or it might have been 3 years ago. West Broward did a show where they were on roller skates for their Winter Guard show.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to share that link with you later. It's a good one. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and wind down. Sydney, it's been so nice talking to you. I miss you. I know I just saw you on Saturday, but like just kind of knowing that it's going to be a while before I see you again, it just makes me miss you that much more.
I know. I'll come harass you sooner or later, though. Like, you can't escape me.
You know where I live.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you. We'll have to make this live stream deal a weekly thing again at some point. Now that other things are kind of winding down, we'll have to get on here and talk to some more spin enthusiasts and have some more good times with everybody. So. Anyway, well, I'll see you later, Sydney. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye.